Hey, how's it going, everybody, on a Sunday morning? The Vega Battlegrounds Championships, Illuminati Invitational, the first round of the knockout stage, this round of 16, continues to move on. We've had action throughout the weekend. I've been unable to cover a bit of it for you. And let me know, actually, in the chat, if you can do me a big favor, because I know a matchup that everyone was looking forward to. The questions about it were frequent, and I wanted to see it too. And it took place last night. And that matchup was Legacy and Karate Mike. It took place last night. I was unable to attend it. I had a family function. Saturday and Sunday tends to be family days for me. It just could not work out. But both of those young men did stream it. And so the results are available. They are known. My understanding is it was an incredibly entertaining matchup from both of them. No shock nor surprise for me to hear that. But I do have an updated bracket. So if you could let me know in the chat, let's go with yes bracket, no, do not show us that. We want to see it without knowing the results. Let me know. And then we have Sleimon versus JWILL. That is the matchup for today. They will be going here in a matter of minutes. I don't think they were scheduled to go for another 2 or 3 minutes. So we'll give them that. We'll do a little pre-game show here for you all. Zach Richards, what's up, dude? Thank you so much for being here. Too Extreme, how you doing, my friend? Oh, and also, I want to give a huge shout out to, you see the Top Shelf Summoner donation up there with Fusky. He is like one of the first people to ever support my channel. Ever. Definitely first members, financial supporters in any way, shape, or form. He and I would DM at times. I got to know him a little bit about him and his family and all those sorts of things. And I feel horribly. He wrote me a direct message the other day, and I was checking Discord before I was going to sleep, which is never a good idea. Don't ever do that. Don't do that. Learn from me and my mistakes. And I forgot to respond, and I felt horribly about it. He came on stream. He even gave me a donation. That's just the kind of guy he is. And I forgot to put the donation on the stream. I was having so much fun on a Friday, late afternoon, early evening. You know, work was done, headed into the weekend, having fun with you all. And I totally forgot to put it up there. So it is going to be up there, at least for this whole stream. I don't care what happens. If other donations come in, we'll try to find a way to put them up there as well. But Fusky deserves that. He deserves that. He's a great guy, and I appreciate the heck out of him. Yes, bracket, please. Okay, we've seen no bracket, so I think we'll be doing brackets here in a second. We'll be putting up a bracket. JC, I'm gonna go with JC for that because I feel like I might be walking into something there. What's up, dude? Thank you so much for being here. Nahorn, this is gonna be a great match. I think so too. They're all gonna be great. I mean, we're at that stage where the level of play is just that absurdly good. What's up, Noble? EK with the yes bracket. PWF, 2 mega whales going at it. I haven't seen something like this since Clown versus Usafa. Cavalier Crystal opening. Usafa, what's up, dude? You speak of the whale, and the whale arrives. Hey, could you and DLL settle a time? Just like, you know, you could tell me, you could not. I prefer you tell me. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna heckle you a little bit. You're an adult, and so is he. Come on. You have a schedule. Get out your iPhones. Put it in the calendar. Make it work. Share it. The people want to see these matchups. Sleimon, about to start streaming. Thank you so much, buddy. Observe. I watched MP play this cheat. I was really impressed with his. So that's the thing, man. That's what I'm trying to get across. Is MP Blaze is literally one of the best players in this game. Now, one of the things that he and I have talked about, Blaze and I have become, I think of us as good friends. And we're in some chats and what have you. One of the things that he and I have been talking about, along with some others, is that there is a difference between like war mentality, war skill, and mindset, and BGs. And for a lot of us, like he's so far advanced from me in war anyway, right? But I can identify with this. It seems to be a different, almost like more aggressive play style in Battlegrounds when you're playing up against these guys like Jarvis. We're seeing it from Nerd. I think we're going to see it today from Sleimon, to be honest from you. I think we might see it a little bit from JWILL as well. There's aggressiveness that maybe they do it in War 2, but I know like I don't, because I will die more than I usually do. And I don't want that on my head. I do want to point out for everyone, you see that trophy in the upper left-hand corner? That is the trophy for the Vega Battlegrounds Championships. It is phenomenal. I have seen videos of it, and it is made by Moose. He is a talented, I believe these are, I can't think of the correct term right now, but they're printed. You know, the 3D printing is my understanding. He made phenomenal trophies for the Fall Brawl, which is being hosted by Ghost Dog. Check that out if you're enjoying tournament action. That's a phenomenal one. And the trophy he made for that is so beautiful. The link to his Twitter feed is linked in the description of this stream. Go check it out. You can see the amazing trophies this guy has made. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous, and I'm already talking to him about making the one for my next tournament as well. I know the competitors are doing this for competition, for friendly competition. There is a cash prize, but I really think over time it's going to be about these trophies, especially once they see how beautiful they are. All right. Yeah, Gideon, I know, man. That's just how it is, though, you know? So I will bring up the bracket really quick. Let me see if these guys are streaming yet. I know Slay stopped on to say he was going to be streaming soon. Looks like Slay is, and it looks like JWILL is as well. So I'm just going to bring up the bracket very quickly, and then we'll bring up the streams and get to why everyone was actually here. Let me bring up the bracket so you can see it. There it is. All right. So we've got TJ. When you hear us saying TJ, that's Tom Jarvis. I can't think of the actual name for those little mushrooms. Going up against Nahorn. It's going to be phenomenal. The winner of Usafa versus DLL will be going up against Legacy. Also going to be phenomenal. The winner of this matchup is Sleimon and Jason Jabari Gaming. JWILL is the Jason portion of that. Will be going up against FinTech. Again, phenomenal. And then we've got MU8's Bryce. After beating Simula, after Simula beat literally almost everyone in 4 Loki to advance, went 3-0. Bryce was able to take that win, and we're going up against Nerd. It's just, I am amazed. It's level of play that I didn't even know were possible. I really, oh, I gotta mute this. Let me mute this. All right, so I brought up, yeah, they're both setting up. Oh, and if you could do me a favor, I was so interested in getting this started, is the links to the channels of both these competitors are in the description of the stream and then also in the chat. Go support them. They're putting on a heck of a show. They're sharing their knowledge, they're showing their skills, and they're doing it on a public stage. Go support them. I'd really appreciate that. Usafa, after 5 p.m., waiting for him to agree. That's the story of my life, my friend. Waiting for DLL. That guy, you know, is one he's worth waiting for, though, in my opinion. Dev Whale. Tilatam, what's up, dude? Tobias, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for linking the streams. Go support these guys. Who's been the MVP champ of the tournament so far? Let me pull up their streams so we can see them. We know when they're going to get going. And then I would love to say that. Because early, it was definitely Rentra, in my opinion. All right, so I'm going to have to mess with the aspect ratio of that one. That's fine. That won't be an issue. Let's get that fixed. Everyone's got their own kind of style, and it shows up. Okay. Let's do that. That's better. And we'll bring that up. And then spread that out. And I think we're going to have a nice looking stream there. You know, we can probably bring this up a little bit. And then I'll adjust this more. I've gotten better at this. You know, practice helps, right? Practice with anything, you get a little better at things. And yeah, probably bring that up even more. Just from some experience with this. There we go. And then now I will bring up, let's bring up JWILL stream. Vega's Battleground tournament. Why is it not showing up? My OBS is not happy at the moment. Why? This is really odd. I can't figure out why JWILL stream will not show up. It doesn't make any sense. We'll get this sorted, though. I'll be quiet for a bit while I get this figured out. There we go. So we got it to show up. And let's adjust it. It's amazing what a little bit of practice, just a few months ago, this sort of technical issue would have, but I had to cancel the stream. Let's try to cut down. We don't need to see all that. Again, everyone has like their own aspect ratios. You can see JWILL's got a lot of framing, and so it takes time to make it so we can see as much as possible of their screen for you. But I think we're going to get this pretty well set up. I like to see their faces. I like to see the emotion of it. I think that's one of the more exciting parts of all of the tournament. So we'll go with that. We're going to go with this for now. Let me know if it looks good or not, and then we'll have to readjust once they actually start. Because then, of course, we'll actually want to see the health bars, the power bars, and all that sort of thing. I think we've got nice little aspect ratios, though. OG Highline, what is up, dude? I don't know if you caught the very beginning. I'm leaving Fusky up there. You're going to join him. You're going to join Fusky. Thank you so much for the donation, dude. How's your weekend going? I know you were excited for your weekend, headed into it on a Friday. There we go. We got the big board. That just feels right. Two supporter extraordinaires up there with Fusky and OG Highline. Finally made it. Chris, what's up, dude? Anyone who's like, thank goodness Vega is finally doing the screens on top of each other instead of that crazy crisscross thing he was doing earlier. You can thank Chris. He reached out to me. I believe he's a graphic designer. You're out in London, Chris. I think for some reason I felt like you were in England somewhere. Graphic designer hit me up with some ideas, just blatantly showed them to me. I really appreciated the forthrightness of it, very kind, constructive criticism. And it was like, hey, here's also how you might want to try to make this look. And I was like, I will do my best. And I think it's been a massive, massive improvement. So thank you, Chris, for that. It's all about the layout. There he is saying it. OG Highline, go Astros, we're up 3-0s, 3-0. Wow. Wow. Once my Dodgers were out, I don't pay a ton of attention to baseball as it is, but once my Dodgers were out, I was checked out too. But that's great to hear, my friend. All right, so the streams are obviously a little bit off. Looks like JWILL's is quite a bit ahead. I'll make sure I'm live on both of them. And then we will pause JWILL's. Why is JWILL's not pausable? JWILL, what are you doing to me, dude? What are you doing to me right now? Why is this not possible? Does anyone in the chat know why a stream might not be able to be paused? That is the first time I've ever seen something like that. He doesn't use DVR settings. I don't even know what that is. So because there's a button that says stop live playback. That means that if I hit that, then I go back to his stream, it's just going to be live, right? Ghost Dog, thank you for helping me out with this. Yeah, thank you, B. You're correct. Let me try to adjust his now. I'm not going to do any more adjustments until they're actually in the fight screen because I don't want to adjust again, then to see them in the fight screen to then have to adjust again. Same playbacks don't have playback available, just like cable TV back in the day. Interesting. Okay. Well, we've had this before when folks stream through the Discord. One stream's just ahead. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. We'll do our best through it. And again, like I was saying, how experience helps. This is my first time showing one of JWILL streams. You can see it's a beautiful stream. He's got a lot going on there. You can see the chat. It's gorgeous. But this is my first time showing one of his. So I wasn't even aware that this was a possibility. So we'll just do our best through it. Old Man Vega harder. These guys keep me on my toes, PWF. It is 9 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday for me. I'm not one to typically sleep in, but Sunday's the day I like to do it. And I'm up a little earlier than I want. I'm up. Like normally, I'd like to be watching TV with my kids. I'd like to be watching TV right now with my children, petting my dog keeping my feet warm, and telling them that we're about to watch football. But this is great. I'm excited to do this, and I'm excited to see this show. Hope the fights start soon, so that we can get these guys on the proper aspect ratio, so we can see it. What's up, BK? How you doing, buddy? BK, you got it, my friend. This is so much fun. I did not realize how much I would enjoy this being the tournament itself. But I am. It's a blast. And like, I think this is just what my channel is going to be, one of the major things my channel is about for a very, very long time. I've already scheduled tournament 2 and 3 and working on 4. 4 is going to take a little bit of extra stuff. All right. So we've obviously got to adjust JWILL here a little bit. Let's adjust JWILL. We're going to move that up. There we go. That down. And I think JWILL's in a nice spot there. It's always hard not to try to mess a little bit. But I think we've got it. I think it looks good. Now we got to adjust Sleimon. And we've got no co-host at the moment, so everyone just kind of pay attention. You've seen it. You can figure out the scores and things, and then we'll get back to that once I get everything adjusted for these two.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. What is up, B McG?
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. How are you?
JWILL looks good.
Yeah. I had to add a capture for JWILL here in the last few seconds, so I'm a little bit wanting to make sure I hit the right buttons. Never hit the wrong buttons. Anyone listening, never hit the wrong buttons. If you take anything away from this. Okay. Oh, wow. Why is... Guys. We're gonna get rid of a little bit here of that. Get a little more Sasquatch. And we'll close this down.
There we go.
Just a tad. I think that's about as good as we're going to get on Sleimon's. I think it looks pretty sharp. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
Cool. All right. We in. This is B McG, Alliance War Planner, leader in for Loki on call. Thank you so much for joining me, buddy.
Hey, no problem, man.
Yeah.
I can't stay the whole time, but figured to hop in so you're not alone for the whole thing.
I'm grateful for every second you can spare with me. Thank you so much for being here. It looks like we're seeing Mystic Dispersion 5 come to play there, right? Sleimon accidentally sent Man-Thing red. And JWILL picks up the first round. The first game.
That was a very interesting first round.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is I don't know if either of them was doing their warm-up matches beforehand. Maybe they were before they started their streams. B, I think you caught it. JWILL's just going to be ahead. Everyone who's joining now, JWILL stream's just going to be ahead. There's nothing we can do about it. Well, there's nothing within my technological knowledge that we can do about it.
Yeah.
And so that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just is what it is. So we'll kind of watch JWILL's, and then we'll go back and do our best to kind of commentate what we see up there. It's different. It's unique. Sometimes we see some exciting stuff happen, though, because the timing gives you this odd idea on who's winning, and then when it really comes down to it, surprise, it doesn't go the way you thought. We're seeing Nightcrawler come into play. How has your Nightcrawler been for you in this Battleground season?
So, like, half the matches I do, he gets banned. And then he's actually a really solid two-way when I am able to draft him, because people can't really play around his evade unless they have an evade counter.
Yep.
And then, he has decent enough damage. Mine's rank 3, I think Sig 80. So he's definitely really solid.
Right on. What do you think? I feel like JWILL's got to be pretty happy. Not happy with throwing. Let's see. Doom doesn't punish it, though. Doom didn't punish that. I feel like JWILL's got to be pretty happy with the RNG, getting that many neuros up. Look, I don't know what the SIG is on his AA. I'm assuming he's really wanting to get it to at least 3 or 4 neuros, and that's not happening. So I think the RNG is starting to go back the other way on him. He does full decks that SB2. Very pretty. We're seeing Nightcrawler do Nightcrawler things up there. That's got to get frustrating. Yeah, and you can see it happening. He's got the disorient on Herc. Sleimon's letting him throw that special. I wonder if he just hasn't seen a lot of Nightcrawlers. Or is he trying to switch him?
Yeah, he's trying to switch him, but when he's doing that, it's causing Nightcrawler to gain power, and it's just spiraling. That's why he's so good for this.
Yeah. What's odd is I have not had as much success. I took my Nightcrawler to rank 3 as well, and he has not done as well for me as I would have thought. There are matchups he's clearly done exceptional though, and then JWILL obviously not happy with that result. If Sleimon knew that had happened, I think he'd be playing this a little more patiently. Obviously, he doesn't know. They're not bringing up my stream. They're not bringing up each other's stream. So this is kind of funny to watch, actually. This is This is where like the off timing of the streams is kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like okay. So Sleimon's gonna even that up. Zach Richards, what is up, dude? Thank you so much. Pacino and a cigar. I love it. I love it. I love hearing the things like that people are doing while they're watching these things or watching a video. Like when people are like, "Oh, I'm in the airport flying from here to there while watching your video." It's like that's really cool. That is really, really cool.
Those comments make it really interesting.
Yeah. I saw Matt with a comment I wanted to point out in here. Let's get back to the action, and I'll try to go back to that. So this is really smart use of Penny Parker and her poison immunity. The more we play Battlegrounds, dude, she is a champion for me that, we've talked about how there's champions that are just really well made, but often like in really intense questing or in war, which I know you and I often really enjoy playing. You're so frequently like, I need the best one. I don't need a top 5 counter. I want the top 1 or 2. And I feel like sometimes that's not her. Sometimes it is. But I feel like in Battlegrounds, champions like her who are just exceptionally well made are getting a place to shine. And I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree there.
In fact, depending on how this goes, you might see her power burn even start to come into play. I know it's exciting to watch Hulkling versus CGR up there, but I'm more focused in on Penny just because I enjoyed these matchups with her.
Mm-hmm. No, she's amazing.
I don't think that Incinerate's going to kill him, though. He's got the heal block on. Yeah, so he's got to reset. I just had this matchup myself the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's a rank 4 man thing versus a rank 3 Penny. That's likely why Incinerates didn't finish him off, because Man Thing has one of the highest health pools in the game.
And then obviously Sleimon didn't get the result he was hoping for with CGR up there. I'm sorry, Hulkling. Looks like he's accidentally sent Hulkling red. That power gain he gets it's tough.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's going to come down to speed versus health. JWILL pulls it off. Nicely done, JWILL.
Yeah.
Nicely done. I didn't update the scoreboard, but JWILL actually did win that one 2-1. So let me get those updated. What were you doing on this fine Sunday morning?
I rolled out of bed like an hour ago, and I'm enjoying a Red Bull while watching the stream.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Where's Matt's comment that I wanted to go back to? So thank you, Matt. I appreciate what you're saying. So the competitors are allowed to have someone on stream call with them. I think that's great. You got someone kind of helping you out, keeping you cool, what have you, maybe answering your chat, because it's tough streaming because there's this feeling of you want to interact with your chat, or you want to maybe even tell them what you're thinking, but then you've got to actually do what you're doing. It's not easy. In fact, it's extremely difficult. But that person on call is not allowed to coach you, like point out, hey, Penny's poison immune. Maybe that'd be a good call, or place this person or something like that. So thanks, Matt, for doing that for us. I appreciate it. EK, you're able to pause JWILL stream if you don't mind telling me how you did it, because I would like to line them up if possible. Can I up B McGee's volume a bit? Yeah, I'll up him up a bit. B as Regency. Is our war still going on?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not gonna talk about the comment PWF made.
I know that I've spent a lot of time this morning trying to watch it too.
Yeah.
But we've got a tight one, folks. We got a tight one.
Yeah, it's the last fight on the map.
Jason's rank. Yeah, I took mine to rank 3. I think it's enough. You kind of saw what he can do. He can just start frustrating people with this node in the friendly meta. He can frustrate people anyway. And B's been talking about some damage capabilities too.
Yeah. I took an Elsa in like 50 seconds with Nightcrawler.
Elsa Bloodstone?
Yeah.
There's no other Elsas. You know, whenever someone says Elsa in my mind, I don't know why, I think of...
Agent X.
No, that's funny though. I can't believe I can't think of her real name. This partly shows why I do this. The one that's in diamond form, the blonde one, you have to use reverse controls.
Emma Frost.
Emma Frost, thanks. I always think of her. Like I remember when she first came out, they're like, "This is the toughest defender we've ever created, and maybe ever will." And we were like, "Oh God, what's going to happen?" They're like, "She goes in reverse controls in her SB1," and like, I mean, at the time, that was kind of a tough concept, you know, that was so novel. Mm-hmm. But then my BG leader, his name was Wisdom, and he was an intense fella. And he's like, basically, you want to be in this alliance, you need to do duels until you've got that down flat. And it was very helpful. We did it. Oh, those are the old days.
I think that was well before I started playing seriously.
Mm-hmm. No, that's when I figure that's when I was with DLL and Wisdom, and I think we were in WA by then. An alliance called WA. It was run by this really nice guy. I can't think of his name. I think he was in India. Ankur. I think his name was Ankur. Really nice dude. Oh, so the match has already started. Sorry, guys. Sorry about story time. Going into fight time. We don't want that.
So JWILL's got Nimrod versus Man Thing, which I think is a decent matchup here.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of how a lot of people are playing Nimrod.
You mean like the actual style of how they're playing him?
Actual style.
What is it that you'd like to see differently?
Parry, medium, light, medium, and then continue that while you're in the blue phase. I think it's Titan mode or whatever.
Yeah.
And as soon as you're about to switch, you want to do a fourth light attack. So you like switch, so you're back in Titan mode once it actually switches, and you'll be at like 10 armor ups by your special 2, and you'll have max protocol charges. So when you drop your special 2, you're getting all this attack rating increase from the armor ups on yourself. And it turns Nimrod into like a 40-50 second fight character for Battlegrounds.
That is really smart. And just to kind of tie it all there together, because you have a high level of knowledge there. Oh, accidentally sent Man-Thing red, right? This is just how it works against him with MD5. And interesting that we're seeing the Penny versus Man-Thing matchup on the other side, like we just saw, is when Nimrod is in, I think it's called Titan, the blue phase. Basically, when he parries, he gets those armor ups, right? He gets 2 when it's against a mutant. That's why part of why he's so powerful against them. But
and then in the Blitz protocol, that gives him the increased attack rating per armor up. Or if you're in Eradicate, then it gives you the benefits of both.
Yeah. And then Man-Thing's gone passive up there. We can all see it. So this looks like it's going to go JWILL's way, barring something crazy.
Yeah, and Nimrod ate a special 3 from Man-Thing, and he only lost 5% health.
Yeah. All right, JWILL's got to be feeling great about this. I think to get off to a nice, smooth start. He's actually playing well, too. This isn't like a function of poor play from Sleimon or something like that. He's just playing well. He's drafting well.
I think we've seen that quite a bit from him, though. JWILL's been very solid.
Boom. Thanks for I'd be happy to chat with you. I'd love it. Like I said earlier, Chris gave me some ideas on this, helped me out with the work, the kind of I can't think of the layout, which has been helpful. But I'm definitely working. I'm clearly not a broadcaster nor work in hosting in my real job. So this is all just me kind of doing my best. So I appreciate you recognizing that it is tough to kind of move back and forth between story, talk to the chat, co-host, and then actually commentate on what we're seeing. That's why I appreciate so much what B is doing, because B is able to let me just not focus on. He's bringing the knowledge and sharing it, and that's extremely helpful. So thank you for doing that, B.
Anytime, man. It's always fun to chat with the buddies.
Yeah, exactly. So this I want to see this. I never am able to get Korgs down. I have a rank 4 bishop, extremely high skill sig, and I obviously get Korg down, but I never get it down as fast as I want it to happen, or as fast as I see other people do it against me. So I want to, but what's happening to JWILL feels like what happens to me, but I'll see people get it down significantly faster.
See, I usually just ban Korg because I don't want to deal with him, because he's still like insanely annoying.
Yeah, I've put him in the tier of just the timeless classic defenders. Him, a thing, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to move Penny there. Like, just as far as, it's not like an official ranking, just kind of my thoughts on watching the tournament.
Yeah, so JWILL going with special 1s here versus Korg. I'm not sure if just landing a big special 2 would have been better.
Again, having done this matchup multiple times, I've tried that. I've tried this, because the idea is when you're, okay, that's going to hurt. So I think that right there is probably going to give Sleimon a chance to win this. Although Sleimon's not exactly having to go smoothly up there either, is he?
No.
Wow. Is that a rank 4 Mephisto? Is that what we're seeing here?
It looks to be, yeah. That's high PI. So.
And he's dealing with the aura almost non-stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think JWILL's going to take this one too.
Yeah.
I feel like JWILL's looking confident on there too. This is what I was saying about. I enjoy seeing the faces. I like the face cam aspect of it, and it looks like a confident man to me. You know, he's sipping the water. He knows what he's doing. He's ready to move on to the next stage or the next battle. There he goes. He took round 2 fully with a sweep. Right? Sometimes I call it wrong. Yeah. So he's now winning this 2-0. In the knockout stage, everyone, in case this is your first match you've caught that's in the knockout stage of one of my tournaments, we do best of 7. We do best of 7 instead of best of 5, which is what we did for the group stage. What's up, cream cheese? How you doing? Go, JWILL, go. You picked a side. I love it. You love it. Oh, I love it. So boom. I don't know if I finished up that little segue or side note. I'd love to chat with you. Thank you. Way to bring the community together. Hardcore sports fan in this tourney has dominated my screen time. I grew up playing sports for quite a lot of my life, and I enjoy competition. And I was also the guy, I was the guy who would put together tournaments for like me and my buddies in college when it was Madden and stuff. You know, like I was like, okay, now we got to make it a season. So to actually be able to do this on a YouTube channel. It's really, really cool for me. So I'm glad other people are enjoying it. BK, that's what I think too. I think JWILL is playing very well. I think he looks confident, and I feel like his gameplay is confident. It's nice to see.
Yeah. Yeah, JWILL is like always in Battlegrounds, so the reps he's put in is definitely paying off.
Exactly. Cream cheese. I was waiting for you to balance it out, dude. We've got a 2-0 lead. I feel like you're falling behind, man, because it's a Sunday morning. It's a Sunday morning. I hear you. I'm suffering from it a bit too. No, you have a time thinking this will go 6 or 7. I think so too. Just because Sleimon is so good. I think because Sleimon's so good. Infamous is here. What's up, dude? First time. This is. Oh, I did not know that. Oh, wait. Thank you very much for the compliment, dude. Thank you very much. Are you saying that your name is Polaris? I'm curious on that. B, have you noticed it's either changed up their bands and stuff like that? I'm trying to interact with the chat, and I realize I'm not paying attention to the bands at all.
They look the same from what I remember, but I haven't really noticed anything too crazy with the bands. A lot of them make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that you can even see it. Like JWILL's clearly kind of joking around. He's putting on a good show. I like to try to remind everybody every 10, 15 minutes, go support these competitors. You're getting a real insight too in what they're like. JWILL streams a lot, puts on a really nice show, interacts with his chat. You can see the nice setup there. Really high skill, good knowledge. Sleimon does a lot of really high tier war stuff. Really smart player as well. So please go support them. Let them know.
So Mega Sentinel versus Thing, is that... Have you ever done that before?
No. I'm wondering if he's kind of like, this is kind of like a strategic, not throwing it, like he's still going to try, because you just never know. But if it was one of those, look, I'll take a loss in game 1 to improve game 2, because she doesn't have a slow. Well, I love a Mega Sentinel, so I'm going to be embarrassed if all of a sudden he finds a way to slow thing. But she doesn't have a slow. Her debuffs are tracking, a cowardice, and a heal block. So, I mean, he's going to be able to land a nice incinerate.
Yeah.
He's getting a little trouble having to manage those rock stacks. No, actually, he did it fine. I couldn't see that. Maybe he'll end in a light here to pause them all. Yeah, she ends in a light. She pauses all her timers. PWF taught me this early. It made a lot of sense. Because of the way Omega Sentinel works, you probably want to, in Battlegrounds, start off in the heal block, get that up, and leave it up so you don't have to deal with willpower. I mean, this isn't bad. This just isn't ideal, obviously, right?
Yeah.
He's going to land 6 incinerates. I really like her, man. I like her a lot as a champion. And if anyone's really interested in some super high-level Omega Sentinel, check out PWF's channel. He's put out some more videos showing some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, she's just going to be too slow against the Archangel versus Maw, right?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no way.
No. That's just not what she's built for. That's not what she's supposed to do. I think that was a strategic move on his part.
Yeah, I'm just impressed that he was able to get Thing down with her.
Yeah. Because that's a sign that he knows like how many hits are in her specials, things like that, when you're dealing with things rock stacks.
Yeah, it's I was impressed by that, but that fight's just not one of her fights in her wheelhouse, in my opinion.
Absolutely not. But look at that. She still comes out with 48,000 points. Now, again, JWILL played it exceptionally well, but all right. So we're seeing the Hulkling on defense again. Last time this happened, Hulkling power gain got sent to SP3. We're seeing Domino on offense. I love seeing that. She's one of my favorite two-ways. She's obviously a great defender, annoying. Can be used offensively. Let's see how this goes. He's going to be obviously hoping for a friendly AI there with Hyperion. So, hopefully Hype is throwing his specials. I believe, when does Domino's taunt come into play? Does she need to be lucky, or does the defender need to be unlucky? She's got a nice taunt off the SP2, I think it is.
I'm honestly unsure. I know it's off the special too.
Yeah.
But I never use her. She's one of those characters that caused me so much pain back in the day. I could pull up Aunt May.
Don't worry about it. I think we're about to see. Let's see if we see it here. Let's see if she goes lucky or Hype goes unlucky. He's getting a nice AI. He's managing it very, very well so far. I think he's probably still going to throw the SP2. He would have loved to have been lucky, though, to get that increased crit rate and whatnot. Oh, he's going to go to the SP3, it looks like, maybe. Nice intercept of the heavy. He's lucky. Hype's unlucky. Let's see if he gets a crit bleed off of this. Did some nice damage. Let's see if he's got a big old bleed. Yep. There it goes. That's what Domino can do. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. Well played, JWILL. You see, look at the
Yeah,
show. Look at the
that
show
was
he's putting
impressive.
on, man. I love it.
Yeah.
And this is just a tough matchup up here. I know people say that Doom can take Teddy. Teddy is Hulkling. But I've been asking on the Discord server. We've got so many high tier Battlegrounds players on that server, and I've been asking. They've been telling me it's about lining up, so you don't send him indestructible. Do you know, or you don't nullify what indestructible is up, so you don't turn it into a passive. Do you know how that works?
Yeah, so the rotation Slay just got in there is exactly what you want to do, and he probably wanted to do that way earlier in the fight.
Yeah.
Timing the indestructible, so the last 3 hits of the special 2 are hitting him when he's not indestructible. But yeah, it's just not a matchup I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah. So we're tied up at 1. I believe Sleimon is so good. I think he could go down 3-0 in the rounds, but I don't think he wants to do that. I think he wants this win here. I think that's pretty important. Let's see if he gets it, and we'll get back to the chat. I see a lot of messages I want to respond to, but let's see how this goes. Let's see if JWILL implements more of what B was saying with the strategy. It looks like he is. Yeah, he's shortening his combos. He's pairing to get his armor ups going. Is that kind of what you were talking about, B?
Yeah, you do want to end in a medium attack, though, so 3-hit combo with a medium, so you stop right next to Nimrod, and most of the time the opponent will attack you, so you just parry, and it's a lot faster than backing off.
Yeah, that seems like that would save you time as far as getting your armor ups up. Also, it's if I'm understanding it correctly, you're maybe even giving a little bit less power to the defender, so you're not having to bait that special one.
Yep, exactly. And if you're running the Petrify Mastery, they gain less power while stunned.
Good point. All right, here's where Sleimon needs to do some damage. She's got the opening with Penny. She has no charges. Her shield's not up. I guess she has 1 charge. But he's got to get damage on her now. He puts up the fragility. I don't know if he wanted to... Maybe he's hoping to get her down before the shield comes back up. I don't think it's going to happen. Got to throw that SP2. Nope. And she's now got the shield. Now he's got to deal with the shield.
Dang.
Actually, RNG went his way. She didn't auto block, so no power burn. Really, I think strategic, aggressive play. Remember I was talking about when the stream started. You're going to see some strategic, aggressive play. These guys. I think it's just a different mentality with Battlegrounds because those extra seconds really, really matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I really love the move by Slay there to get rid of Penny's shield.
Yeah.
It's the safest way to play her, and he still put up a 60-second fight. That's just awesome.
It really is. That impressive all around. You can see how close the score was. Sleimon needed that. I really think if JWILL goes up 3-0, I'm the one always saying, it's not over, folks. It's not over. But this one I would have, if of the various people who've reached out and said, jokingly that we could be bet, I would have been like, hey, you guys want to make a bet on this one? So well done by Sleimon. We got ourselves a ball game. I should look into making sure there's no laws about even joking about bets. Joey, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty, I use the term that's a lot of chutzpah, right? To do that. But I paid off, and that's what it's about. That's what it's, and he had set up that scenario, and I think he just was like, I need to finish it off, because if I take the time to now completely knock down her shield, probably not going to win. So go for it. See what happens. Go, Slay, go. Yeah, thank you, cream cheese. We need you to get this to game 7. We need it. What's up, Mr. King? How you doing, buddy? Oh, you know what? I did the shout out for Moose and the beautiful trophy he's made for this tournament. Mr. King has helped me create a lot. Well, he's really done it. White Mummy did a lot of the initial work. Mr. King's done a lot of the thumbnails, the logos, all this stuff for the tournament, and the thumbnails for the next 2 tournaments too. If you have any thumbnail needs, graphic design, that sort of thing, make sure to check him out. His channel is also, and his contacts are linked in the description of this stream. We have a very talented community in MCoC.
We really do. It's awesome. I don't know if you know, Mr. King made my logo.
Oh, you know what? I did know that. Yeah, that's very cool. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, and it was one of his like first logos he like made because he was like, here, I made this thinking of you call yourself B and your favorite character is Night Thrasher, so put the skateboard on there. And he just did it randomly, just trying to practice getting better at logos.
Yeah,
it was super cool. He's a great dude.
And you have it on as a hat, and if I'm not mistaken, you now have merch available. Is that true?
That is very true. I did set that up.
Yeah, very cool. Set that up meaning you set up the merch, not that you set up the drop here.
No.
Yeah.
No. I set up the merch. It's been really cool so far.
I was just proud of us how seamlessly we did that, given neither of us has any training in this whatsoever. I thought that was pretty good. It sounded very genuine because it was.
Oh yeah.
Cream cheese. Yeah, I know you're one of the guys that's like, we need someone to take some bets on this. Yeah, sports betting is a thing, isn't it? Maybe we'll have to do a meetup in Las Vegas and see if we can get someone to host the betting on it, do the book for us. All right, so now we're going to see, we've already seen JWILL use his domino offensively. Again, I wonder if he's going to try to utilize the taunt or if this is just, I'm going to domino through this. Really nice use of the heavy. He went into that immediately when he saw the power gain come up. He had backed Mordo into the wall, so Mordo couldn't just back up like Mordo often does when you try that mid. See, there it goes. So now he's got the taunt. He was lucky. He didn't get the crit bleed, though, best I could tell. So that's a little unfortunate, and the taunt's already fallen off.
I wonder if Slay is running Stand Your Ground.
You know, I'll be honest, I don't know what just happened. I'm watching it. I even wondering if I skipped some frames or something.
It just shot to the special 3.
Yeah, and I'm realizing JWILL's covering up the power bar a little bit, so
yeah,
maybe that's a little bit what happened to me. Sorry guys if I misannounced that. I was very shocked to see Mordo at his SB3.
Yeah, and there was the Stand Your Ground.
Got it.
Double resist. Yeah, this Void fight versus Mephisto is very safe. And that's a rank 4 Void too.
So just some breaks went against JWILL, and Sleimon played that exceptionally well. I think he knows, this is also them knowing their decks, knowing their defenders, knowing what masteries they play or they've set. And it's something B said, like the reps, right? Like if you want to get better about it, it's like anything else in life. If you want to get better at it, you go and you do it with intention. Both of these guys do a lot. So it's not surprising to see the plays that they're both pulling off here.
Yep. Yeah, one of the...
Sorry, real quick. Just want to say, because this is a chance for me to remind everyone. Jorge, yes, JWILL stream is ahead. There's nothing that we can do about it. It's similar to when someone streams through Discord. One's just going to be ahead, and we're just enjoying watching both of them kind of commenting on it. But yes, JWILL is ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that reps are like super important, and that's why Nick 136 is one of the most feared people early on with his recoil tree deck, because he's gotten so many reps with that like strategic setup. It was pretty scary to face him.
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
Nick.
Yeah.
I was streaming Battlegrounds once, and I did not know Nick's like in-game name, and I saw his deck, and I was like, remember this is when modding was like everywhere. And I was like, I'm not going to accuse this guy, but something's not looking right. This was a while ago. And then he cleaned my clock 2 times in a row. Just absolutely blitzed me. Both, like we matched and then we matched again. And both times he just destroyed me.
Yeah, he's a really solid player, but he puts the time in and puts the effort in.
Yep.
It's
a deserved skill, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Nahorn just said terrifying to face him.
Nah, talk about guys who deserve the skill they have.
Oh yeah.
So this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be like the second life versus the immortality here. Which one?
Yeah.
Which one's the bigger problem?
Second life for sure.
I think so, but it looks like Sleimon's going to get Fury to a second life a lot earlier than JWILL's able to get Herc into immortality. He accidentally sends him unblockable though with the SP1. Nick's got an SP1 and unblockable. Oh, but if he throws it, he'll lose the unblockable, won't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's going to do it. And that'll do it right there. He went for. It looked like maybe he went for the intercept. So now,
I hate those light intercepts. What the defenders do.
Yeah, you got to love them. Just they're like casually walking up, and they're like, "Hey, bam! Here's a light to your face."
Yeah. Yeah, that's painful.
Alejandro, I'm glad we matched up, buddy. I'm glad we matched up. Hopefully it went well. Thanks for pointing that out, or thanks for the shout out here. All right, so this is a decisive one. JWILL could go up 3-1, take a pretty commanding lead. Sleimon can tie it up 2-2. I know who Cream Cheese is cheering for.
Yeah, so if Slay gets this match here, he's on a two match win streak, and he's got the momentum on his side, and that's super important from my experience in this tournament.
Momentum, I think it plays a huge role. There's a lot to it. Yeah, it's just like almost everything else in life, right?
Oh, yeah, Slay looks like he's got this one based on the matchups.
Yeah,
Hulkling is poison immune.
Yeah, JWILL will go to his SP3 and try to get the. I'm not sure I understand.
He has to do that.
Okay.
And that's the only way you're going to deal damage.
And the Doom is armor break immune. Slay is going to try to force Null to his SP2, which he's doing excellently there. Some power steal. I wonder if he's going to go to his SP3, assuming his defender's going to elongate that fight, or if he's just going to SP2. Now it looks like he's going to go SP3, get the nice big Fury. Yeah, no, this is smart. This is what we talked about, kind of like knowing your deck, knowing your defenders, knowing that Hulkling's going to buy him a lot of time. He doesn't need to rush it. He's going to power steal. Now he's got the big Fury. This might even end it. Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it will. But he doesn't need to freak out. He doesn't need to rush it. He's got Hulkling down there. I didn't see if JWILL had other options for this Hulkling. I wonder if this was just
Penny.
What would she do to those heals? Would she heal block those?
I think so. She has passive heal block, so I think it would still work. I don't know if Hulkling has anything that counteracts that, but
and he's not incinerate immune. He's poison and shock, I believe.
Yeah.
I've never even thought about trying that matchup.
Neither have I. Oh, but you can't power drain with a special one, is what Na is saying.
And would that prevent her from getting her charge? I can't think of what her charges are called. Her currency that she uses to land the incinerates. Would that prevent that from happening?
Yeah, she would get way less.
Got it. So she needs to power drain. Sounds like he just was backed into a bad spot there. That happens in Battlegrounds. We got a ball game. Yep. Cream Cheese is happy. I'm happy. 2-2. They're both putting on a great show. Joey's saying, Joe and Na are saying can't get the bonus charges, can't ramp up. Okay.
Yeah. I got to head on, man. So hopefully the rest of the stream goes well.
Thank you.
If you need anything, just, tag me.
Yeah. Buddy, I just appreciate being here on a Sunday. Appreciate it, man. Hope you have a great one.
Yeah. You too, man.
Take care.
Take care, chat.
La, I think that was you with that really nice comment on my last war video, buddy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That was very kind of you. All right, so here we go. Looks like we've got Iron Doom, Rintra, and Omega Red Band. JWILL showing he really knows Sleimon well, and that Omega Red Band. Sleimon is one of the best Omega Red players. I'm talking like Lizer level skill. Sleimon, Lizer, phenomenal with their Omega Red. So that's really smart ban on his part. And it looks like Slay has banned Shang-Chi. JWILL was very early on enjoying Shang-Chi, and I really just enjoy that champion. So I'm sure that's a rank 4. Scorpion makes a lot of sense. He's so versatile. We've been over that a lot in this tournament. And then Human Torch, so that makes a lot of sense. Kind of reminds me to go back to a question that was asked very early on in the stream. Which champions have kind of dominated? I would say, this meta, that the meta changed, right? When the tournament started, we had that explosive personality meta. Rintrah was just ruling the day. Rintrah and Gallon just dominated. They're still both great. They're still both fantastic. We're seeing them. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of them. They're probably just not figuring in. But Hulkling is starting to show more, right? Because Hulkling was having trouble going unblockable without triggering explosive personality in the last meta. And so you almost had to make a decision. Do I want to be unblockable when I throw that special 2 to get the bonus fury, which is a big part of Hulkling's damage as far as going quick? And now in this meta, you don't need to make that decision. We haven't seen Hulkling much on offense in this one. This matchup in particular, we've seen his prowess on defense. I hope we get to see him a little bit more on here. So that's making some sense to me. Usafa versus DLL at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Make sure you follow both of those competitors too. I'm going to do everything I can to be available for that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, though. I don't know if I am. And it's very disappointing to me, but I'm glad that match is happening. Make sure you go watch that. Usafa, if you're comfortable linking your channel in the chat, I would really appreciate that. Make sure people go see that. I'll get that out on Twitter as well. That's one of the best places to follow if you're trying to catch all the information. Try to follow all the competitors as well. That's the best way. And then my Twitter is where I'm trying to get as much of that out as I possibly can. Mega Red, very good against Bishop. That's not a matchup I would naturally just go to. I think Sleimon would be able to do it. That's his skill level and how powerful that champion is, even without running the recoil tree. Getting that bleed on him right away. He would not have that. He still does phenomenal things. Okay, so we've seen Hitmonkey versus Mephisto already in this, but I think it was the other way around. We saw Sleimon going in that. Let's see how this goes. So Sleimon's using his Mephisto. That fight's going to be a little bit slower. We saw that. But remember, Sleimon had a very slow fight between Hitmonkey versus JWILL's Mephisto early. So he's probably thinking about that. Like, hey, that fight might not go that quickly, being JWILL's current fight, and we're seeing it happen. It is not flying by right now. It's fast, but it's not outrageously fast. Sleimon's like, I maybe have time to ramp up my Void. We'll reverse that heal at the end of the fight. I'm excited to see how this one goes. I love seeing these kind of like rematches from the earlier portion of the fight. This is going pretty well for JWILL, though, in my opinion. He's already got that heal from Mephisto handled. He's about a minute into the fight. It looks like he's baiting the special 2, though, so he's going to have to deal with the aura. There's going to be some power gain. You see that's happening more and more in the game. I don't like it myself, but I think JWILL has had that walk-up light from the defender. Gets hit in the face. He's lost some health now. Now Mephisto's up to his SP3. And then we look at the other side. Sleimon's got himself nicely set up with his Void. I think he's going to throw his SP1. He's going to get the debuff from the timer. Let's see what he does. No, he's just going to go and, throw the SP1. He's got Fear of the Void up now. I'm pretty sure this is going to go Sleimon's way, barring some sort of mistake from him. Yeah, so goes Sleimon's way. That was cool. I enjoyed seeing that. We'll get the scoreboard updated for you. And I think momentum's clearly swung back to Sleimon on this, right? He's won the last 2 rounds, as B pointed out. He's now picked up the first game in this 5th round, but this would be the 3rd round in a row. I have no doubts, though. JWILL knows what he's doing. This is far from over, which is probably my favorite thing to say in this tournament. There's Usafa linking his channel. Come check it out. Actually, do subscribe. Go visit, subscribe, support. He's been putting on phenomenal showings in the Battlegrounds. One of the most exciting Battlegrounds matchups of this whole tournament so far. He's going up against DLL, a Kabam employee. So if you like cheering against Kabam employees, Usafa is the channel for you today. A massive crystal openings, but this isn't just some like whale, collecting champions. He knows how to use these champions puts on a phenomenal showing, teaches in his war videos. He's in my Battleground. In case you can't tell, he's one of my favorite people in the whole MCoC community. So I'm a big fan. All right, so we're seeing the Hulkling versus Hulkling matchup. Again, I think this is about lining up and trying to make sure you're doing your damage when he's not indestructible. You also don't want to nullify it because it then just becomes a passive. Let's see how he handles this. I think he's hitting under the block. This is what we're just talking about. He wants to throw his special while he's unblockable. He'll get 2 Furies. This is a big part of his damage, but now the defensive Hulkling goes indestructible. Hulkling is a menace, guys. He really is. I think JWILL's doing well in this fight with how he's handling it. But this is what I've told you about Gallon and Hulkling. I've been telling you this since I first got to play them on the CCP. These guys were amazing for the game as it was and clearly where it was headed. It's been cool for me to see it playing out in Battlegrounds and in War. I think that fight's just going to drag. Oh, no. Yeah, that indestructible just comes in, preventing that massive SB2 damage that JWILL's Hulkling would normally be doing. And then also it's affecting a little bit of his hits afterwards, his combo hits, right? Utilizing those 2 Furies. And then we've seen this matchup now, I think for the 3rd or 4th time. Penny Parker versus Man-Thing. Sleimon's managing the power pretty well. Doesn't look like he's in danger of throwing Man-Thing red. He's going to try to figure out how he's going to handle this now. We've seen this both times. Penny is not able to finish Man-Thing off with a single SP2. There's just too much healing, too much health. He gets a nice intercept there, a little bit of a power burn. Looks like he's going to build back to his SP2 to try to finish this off. I think, again, this is what we've talked about a few times. He knows his deck. He knows his defenders. He knows it's going to take a while. And so he can afford to take his time, finishes with a full health bar, and beats that Man-Thing. Really impressive by both of these guys. Really, really impressive stuff. Sleimon has now taken a 3rd round in a row to take a 3-2 lead. You've seen this so many times in this tournament. People jump out to a lead. Like I said, one of my favorite things to say in all of this is it's not over yet. And they continue to prove me correct that it is not over. It is not over. Good luck on your match. Kelda in the chair, wishing you softball good luck. I love seeing that. If DL is losing and his opponent game crashes, that will send the conspiracy theorists into overdrive. Gary, please do not let that happen. I don't know if you have any control over that not happening, but please don't do it. Please do not have that happen. MU8, he's crushing it. Yes, he being Sleimon. Yeah, you can tell Sleimon's now fully in the zone. I thought your favorite part of the tournament was determining if Scorpion was good. It was. And then I was like, oh, he is great. And I was like soloing war bosses with him, soloing Mangog on 54. And then Scorpion turned on me, PWF, the villain that he is. It was all a setup. It was a setup all along. And then Scorpion was like, I've got Vega right where I want him. He likes me. He's telling people how good I am. He thinks we're friends. And then he stabs me in the back with that tail of his. Kills me in war, not once, but I think thrice. And I mean defensively. He's a real jerk, that guy. He's a real jerk. He's still good, though, for anyone who does who thinks I'm serious. What's up, Simula? How you doing, buddy? JWILL with the anti-timing indestructible. It is so hard to time that stuff, man. I've tried, and I cannot get it done. So, you know, better players than me can do it. We're talking about Bryce and Nerd. It's good. All of these matchups, every knockout stage is just, for me, edge of the seat type of stuff. If there was a sports book taking bets, I would not know who to bet on. And it's just continuing to get that way as far as the skill level as it's advancing. All right. So let's see here. We're seeing Man-Thing come into play. Again, not a surprise. We've seen him sent red so many times. We're seeing Penny Parker really being the only semi-good option for him. And that's still taking, what, a minute and a half? I think it just was. JWILL's trying to figure out who's going to use for this Hercules. We're seeing it again. We're seeing it again, how this works out. I don't know why I gave Sleimon a 3-0. That's not right. think I was saying, yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Someone did earlier in the chat, but I wasn't sure what they were saying. And then I looked at the scoreboard. It's that he just went 3-0 on the rounds, not 3-0 on a round. That's not possible. All right. So I think we'll see it here. JWILL's such a great player. I'm sure he's going to pull it off. He's going to probably land his Infuriate. What's up? We'll see if he does. To get Hulk to, or not Hulk, get Herc to hold his block. Oh, Herc's just doing it for him, so he doesn't even need to. And then he'll make sure he goes unblockable as he goes in for his SP2. I can't see his Hercules' power bar, but I have a feeling he was hoping to bait that. Yeah, that makes sense. So he can really try to go in and do some damage. He's got to throw the SP2 while he's unblockable, though. That's just unfortunate timing. That just didn't work out the way he wanted. He's still going to be able to do nice damage, but not as much as he would have if he had the 2 Furies up. And then he's also, I think if he's thinking about, which I'm sure he is, he knows that his Man-Thing's still going to take time up there. He doesn't need to rush this. There he goes. Hercules played ball for him. But he got pushed to his SP3. That's the power gain from Teddy. We saw it come in and help on defense, right? We saw Hulkling get pushed to an SP3 to his power gain when he converts his cosmic charges, I think it's called. Oh, I'm wrong. I am wrong. He just finished Herc off with the SP3, which is a way to do it, completely bypass the immortality. I need to wake up a little bit more. Nicely played by JWILL. That's why JWILL's in the knockout stage and I am not. That's an example of why. Well done by JWILL. What's up, Max? How you doing, buddy? Max, I don't know if you saw the announcement for the SoCal meetup is out. I did the video. People are excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to do that in 2 weekends with you at Frank & Sons. Marcus is going to be there. Xanderscar is going to be there. It's going to be a very, very good time. We'll be at Frank & Sons in, I believe it's 2 weekends. I put the video out. If you're in the Southern California, greater Los Angeles area, San Diego, California's a big state, come hang out at Frank & Sons. It's a great place to be. We'll be there having a lot of fun. Get the community involved, maybe do a Battlegrounds tournament. I don't even know. I'm just excited to be at Frank & Sons. I've heard so many good things about it. And then we're going to go over, there's a BJ's Pizzeria. I think they share a parking lot maybe. It's right across. Go over, have some delicious pizza, have some beer, hang out. It'll be fun. What city is it? I think it's technically called the City of Industry. I actually grew up in that area. I grew up in that area of the world, and it's called the City of Industry. Sloop used to go to Frank & Sons like every weekend when I was young. Is it as cool as I hope it is? Because it sounds amazing. Joey, you said you might be out there too, right? If I saw the comments. See, I'm not getting all excited about the meetup. Let's focus on this. Let's see what. So, JWILL just used his Hulkling, showed some incredible game knowledge there, and now he's going up against him on defense with his Domino. And then we've got Archangel versus Mr. Fantastic. This to me heavily favors Archangel and Sleimon up there. Let me update the board. Get JWILL his win. There we go. Nigel, we don't. I don't know the Rocket Buff details. I don't know if maybe a video came out today or something, but I truly don't know them. That's not CCP. Like, I'm not allowed to say. That's truly I don't know. Yeah, and we're seeing Archangel versus Mr. Fantastic is going well. Obviously, Sleimon did a nice job of handling that. It is what it is. So we'll be setting up for a third and potentially decisive game in this round of 6. Simula, DLA are having a Pittsburgh meetup, except it's just the two of us. Oh, but you are 100% ratio of awesome dudes for that meetup, in my opinion. I wish I could be there. Nice, Max. I'm glad you saw it. Match point for Slay. Yep, Slay's got a chance to close it out here. So let's go ahead and update the board. So people who are just tuning in, no, that board's bugging me. I got to try to work on lining that up better. I'm purposely not looking at it. 29 palms, just a shot down the 10. Oh, right on, man. I hope you can make it. 2.5 hours. That's a bit of a drive. I know it is. But I hope you can make it. Let's put it that way. I think it'd be fun to meet up, have a good time. What a come back from, like, we've seen this so many times. It is a phenomenal It is a phenomenal comeback. I'm not surprised. Also not surprised if JWILL still ends up winning this whole thing. That's just how it... There's RNG involved. There's deck involved. There's RNG in the actual fights. There's just so much. That's why I enjoy watching these things. Come down to who places first. They both have counters. All right, it looks like JWILL's having to place first. It's obviously not where he wants to be. We did finally realize it did seem to be determined by who invites first, who has to place first. So we started flipping coins and going through it. And then they alternate, in case anyone hasn't caught on to that. I haven't talked about that in a while. We've seen some outrageous scores from Hitmonkey versus Doom himself. Most of those, though, have been from a rank 4 Hitmonkey. This looks definitely to be a rank 3. I'm not sure who I would favor in this matchup. I really am not. Nimrod will obviously be able to shock a Mortal Abomination, but that looks like it might be a rank 4 Mortal Abomination. If anyone knows in the chat, I'd love to hear it. JWILL's going to probably be playing pretty aggressively here. He knows his dexes, so let's see. Again, we can't see the power bar, but I'm thinking Doom might be getting close to an SB2 here. He looks like he's baiting. Yeah, he's baiting that SB2. Full dex. Nails the full dex with the whole match on the line. That takes a lot of self-confidence. That takes a lot of what we talked about, that aggressive battleground player mentality. He's going for it again. Nails it again. Nails it again. That is... Oh, man. That was cool to watch. He's putting the pressure on Doom here. He's got to do it one more time. You can do it, dude. There he goes. So impressive. It's Simula-esque, in my opinion, with these dexes. And just nailing it. Coming in. Rank 3 Hitmonkey. Finishes off that Doom in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Oh my gosh. And we now know how it's going to turn up on the other side. Oh, man. Unbelievable finish from both of these guys. You cannot see better skill play than you just saw from JWILL. That was phenomenal. That was betting on himself. That was self-confidence. Like, he went in with a rank 3 monkey against a Doom. Absolutely phenomenal. I say it all the time. Go support these guys. Go tell them, like, thank you for putting on that show. I want to go do it. I already subscribed to them. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe I was so focused in on JWILL's side of that and the beauty of those dexes and the confidence to pull it off, to try it and to pull it off. I wasn't even focused at all on Sleimon. I thought JWILL had taken that for sure. So that must have been incredibly impressive up there with Nimrod, probably doing what B. McG had said. I had not planned on doing the post-match interview, but the showing from both of these guys was so outrageously good. If either of them is available to do this, I think they deserve at least a few minutes of me telling them how amazing they are. Oh, Canada. Yeah. Dude, were you guys watching that? Those dexes from JWILL, and then whatever happened with Nimrod up there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we got a huge donation from Ephraim. Thank you so much, dude. Let's go Slay. Cheering for you. PS for the host. Thank you so much, my friend. We're going to, I had told Fusky he was going to stay up there, or I didn't tell him that. I said at the beginning that he would stay up there the whole match. So I'm not going to take him down, but I will put you up there and we will leave you up there for the next stream. Okay? Because obviously you're not going to get the full time here, and I think you deserve that credit. So thank you for the massive donation like that. Supporting myself and the whole tournament. Thank you very much. I will be... You guys might hear me. Slay not wanting to talk because that ever happened. I'm going to jump into the room that they both have access to, and let's see if either of them feels like joining. I could see them both feeling like joining. I could see them both being like, nah, man, I don't want to talk to you right now. So I think either of those is reasonable. Sleimon or JWILL, if you're available, I'd love to speak with you briefly in the post-match interview. If you don't feel like it, you don't got time. It's Sunday. Y'all got families. I know how it is. I get it. Slay, yeah, man. If you have time, I'd love to chat with you for a minute. If not, I get it. It's a Sunday. Yeah, I know you both have families, and might have time for this sort of thing. Appa, you just took hype to R4. Do you just do not be sorry, my friend. I am genuinely like, I know I'm often sarcastic, so it can get a little confusing on when I'm serious and when I'm not. When I say I am excited that people pull champions and dupe them, I mean it. Like, it's a game. I love that people are having fun with it. There are things in this game that are frustrating, that are very upsetting. I understand that too. But it is ultimately a game. I hope people are having a blast with it. Because I know I am, and I want that feeling for everybody. Let's pull up the. If anyone doesn't want to know the Legacy versus Karate Mike score, maybe this is a good time for you to sign off. I will be bringing up the tournament standings so you can get a look at where we're at. Sleimon has obviously just advanced in one of the most exciting matchups I think we'll ever see. I don't see how it could ever get more intense than that. And will now be facing off against FinTech. So your reward for winning is facing FinTech. Congratulations, Schley. How are you, my friend? Oh, he was there, and now he's not. I did such a great lead-in on there. Sleimon, if you can hear me, buddy, let me know when you're back. Thanks, Nah. I thank you for letting me know, man. Like I was really proud of that. It was like the intro to B McG and his merch. Hello? It's like I was trying to look for like a perfect way to do it without it feeling forced. I thought I landed it. I really appreciate the confirmation. And now Sleimon is with us. Sleimon, how are you?
I'm on cloud 9. I feel like I say that every time I win, right?
No, when you beat me, you were like, I played so horribly. That's the only reason Vega had a shot. If I had not been playing with only
say that. What?
If I had not been playing with only my pinky fingers, I would have swept Vega. So yeah. But hey, in all seriousness, man, amazing comeback. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'm sure you couldn't see it. You probably didn't know what was happening. JWILL was pulling off perfect dexes on Doom's SP2. I thought he had won that final matchup with the Doom against Doom, and you were going against Immortal Abomination. His stream was about 20 seconds ahead of yours. So there's nothing we could do to line him up.
Yeah.
If you're comfortable talking, there's two questions there. You're down 2-0. JWill's very good. JWill is excellent. Did you get down at any point? What were you thinking? Let's start off with just go one question at a time. What were you thinking? How were you feeling? You're down 2-0.
All right, so I just thought, like, if I'm going to lose, let me just give it my best effort. Because, like, I had made a crucial mistake in the first game. I just didn't know. Like, I totally forgot about the, what's it called?
Hey, you know what, buddy?
Huckling gains a lot of power on buffs.
You know, I don't know why, but you're sounding like 2 times sped up, and I don't think it's like it's personal excitement. I think there's actually something speeding up your voice.
Okay, yeah. Let me fix it. I'll move to a different mic and see if that happens.
Yeah, thanks, bud. I'm sure.
Did I end my stream? I'm gonna end my stream later, guys. Thanks so much for coming out.
You can hear how excited he is. I do think he's being sped up, so that's accentuating the excitement. But you can hear it. Like, I love hearing this. I love it. I love this. Like, the competitors are in it, you know?
All right, does that sound better?
Yes, you sound like Sleimon again.
Okay, cool. All right. So, when I was down, I was like, listen, he had really good RNG. That Mephisto was just crazy. I don't know if you guys saw that. But, like, literally every hit I did would trigger an Incinerate thing.
Yeah, we actually did see that.
That was the theme of the second game. And I just thought to myself, that's not something I can control. You know, Man-Thing didn't throw a special. Nothing I could do about that. No reason to get too down about it. All I really had to do was just continue to play my game, and hopefully, a bit of luck sprinkled in there that I would advance. The first game, I made a big mistake. Learned from it, hopefully, to not do it again. I'm not much of a CGR player, despite me dominating Slayer of Gods with his own champ. But, you know, it's just things I can learn from, and I just needed to not let it get me down.
And you obviously managed to not let it get you down.
Yeah, like the thing is once I win, I go on a train of just hype. So like the once I won the third game, I felt so much better.
Yeah.
And that's what led to more relaxed play. And that's what led to the final round, which that Nimrod versus iBomb. The only way I win that round, assuming JWILL plays perfectly, is I close parry everything to get the fastest parries possible. I throw an SP1. I get back. I race back up to the SP2 while close parrying again. SP2. And that's the only way I win it as fast as I do. And that only happened because I was in the right mindset.
Yep. No, it was very, very impressive. I see JWILL, if you're available to join the chat, if you have a few minutes, I'd love it. If you can't don't worry about it. I know it's a Sunday for you as well. You got family, you got the whole thing going on. I personally am going to have to get back to it soon myself. But if you're interested, I'd love to have you on. Exceptionally well played, man. Your whole performance was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Sorry, I saw him in the chat, and I don't know if I'm going to get to catch him. I see he's in the stream.
we should get him on.
Well, I don't know if I don't know if he can. That's the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm trying to move this. Why won't it move? There we go. Yeah. Honestly, if you want more adrenaline, watch this stream back. It was outrageous.
Oh man, I can't wait to. I'm gonna watch it back. I can't wait to watch it back because one of my favorite parts about this is seeing people's reactions to things.
Yeah.
I don't normally get to see that because I'm playing, right? And I love watching your streams because there's just a bunch of people talking, and I want to see what they say.
Yeah. So there's so many questions. I'm trying to figure out like which ones I would really want to ask because I don't have much time. But one thing is, you kept going back to Penny versus Man-Thing. Yeah. And one of the things I was saying is like, look, these guys know their decks so well. They know their mastery setups. They know if their defender's going to buy them time. And there was one in particular matchup where I'm sure it was you, and I'm sorry if I'm confusing you two. I don't think I am. Where you went back for a second SP2 with Penny, or at least I think you did. You definitely took your time.
Yeah, that was the first time I fought her.
Okay.
I fought Man-Thing. So the first time I fought Man-Thing, I messed up. The SP1 that I didn't push Man-Thing below a bar of power.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get the full 9 charges. So that's why that round went on much longer than the other ones. And that's eventually what led to me timing out as well. It wasn't just purely AI.
Okay.
AI definitely contributed, but it was also a bit of me. And that's why I kept going back to it. I was like, okay, I learned from this. Let me just do it again. It's a safe matchup. Jay will beat me in this same matchup. I'm sure it's fine. So
yeah. Simula's got a question. He would like for you to. Oh, thank you. That was one of the questions I wanted to ask him. I mean, I know you're doing it in a playful way, but you also then used your Void versus Mephisto. You had a Mephisto fight that took forever, and I think this is one you're referring to, where Mephisto, like the aura just kept triggering. And you then went with, I think you had Hitmonkey for that matchup, and then you went with Void. And I was saying, like, he knows he's got time to ramp Void. I don't remember who you placed on defense. Do you mind talking like that through a little bit? The Void matchup, how great Void is, how great Simula is. If you could wrap those three together, I'd appreciate it.
How great Simula is,
yeah.
I can't describe. Unfortunately, words evade me. But how great Void is yes. Just, he's so underrated. I nearly took him off my deck. I put him in my deck 20 minutes before this started because I thought to myself, listen, I kind of saw a peep of JWILL's deck. He didn't have as many nukes. I don't need to have as many nukes. Personally, I disgust the nuke playstyle in BGs. I really don't like it, and this meta kind of enforces it. But I also thought to myself, listen, it's a comfort champion for me. Void is one of my favorite champions. He's good everywhere. He's really reliable. I have him at rank 4 Sig 200, and JWILL ended up having a rank 4 Mephisto that I needed to take down. Hitmonkey didn't work. I tried the nuke strat. I just went with slow and steady and hoped my defenders would waste enough time because I knew I was finishing that fight with 99% health in like 90 seconds as long as I played well.
Yeah.
So
now... if you're like, dude, just let me enjoy this. I get it.
Nah, you could go ahead.
And that's a fine answer. Now you're going up against FinTech.
Yeah.
What do you? I mean, he's been affectionately referred to as unbeatable. What are you thinking as you head into that?
Well, no one's unbeatable. FinTech is likely the best player in this tournament, though. But
Okay.
Nobody's unbeatable, and I can't wait to play him. He's a cool competitor. He has a great deck. He's a great player. He's a robot actually. So yeah, that should be fun playing against him.
I love it. I love you, Slay. I feel like I'm. That was a fantastic answer. All right. I think I gotta get going. I just want to say it again. And JWILL wasn't able to join us. JWILL, if you're listening, outrageous performance from you, dude. You impressed me so much throughout the whole tournament. You're the ideal. You promoted it. You streamed. You did everything. Thank you so much for doing it. And then I hope you at least listen to the tail end of this stream, because I think I was shouting into my microphone watching that final matchup, the skill and level of play. And then huge thank you for all of the donations in this for this stream in particular, but the support throughout the whole tournament. Yeah, and I know you guys are supporting the competitors too. I'm aware of it, and thank you. Continue to do it as we go on and do more championships, advance in this tournament. Thank you to Fusky, Ephraim, OG Highline, and Zach Richards for the donations. I apologize if I forgot anyone. And then Slay, you earned it. Why don't you take us out, man?
JWILL, you're an awesome player in person, really nice guy, and just good games, man. Like you had me reeling, you had me in the corner, dude. So you definitely put up a great fight and a great show. Thank you so much for everyone for just coming out. I say this every time, but like this would not be as fun without everyone here in chat, making it as fun as it is. Like I'm already getting made fun of. I just joined, so that's always fun. Can you read a prayer, Slay? No, no, I can't. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Vega, for organizing it. It's like the most fun I've probably had in MCoC in ever since season 32. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Slay. We'll look forward to catching you in the next round against FinTech. And then I would be remiss if I didn't say two things. One is I agree with Slay. The chat, you guys are a huge reason this is so much fun. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And then I will do my best to stream it. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Yusafa versus Kabam DLL, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time today for the final spot in the grade 8 in this tournament.
Sugar Daddy versus Kabam Daddy is what I'm calling it.
You got it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.